I was supposed to run an ultramarathon in Malaysia, but then I received an invitation to attend a wedding in Europe. Since I've never been to Europe before and I had my visa approved, to make it a little bit more exciting, I set this side quest to run an ultra distance in Europe. Maybe go at least to some 5 places there and accumulate a distance of at least 50 kilometers. So I call that quest the Ultradistance in Europe. I took an Emirates flight first to Dubai and then all the way to Munich. I was already super excited, right? Because on the way to Europe, I've never been there. We were already like hovering above Romania, and afterwards Hungary, and finally somewhere over Austria. And I got so excited because it's just like technically I'm already above Europe, right? And there you go. The flight captain announced that we are about to land in Munich, in Germany. As soon as I landed, I was just like looking around, like, is this really? Am I really in Germany right now, or you know, I don't know. But everything that I see in the airport is written in German. Yeah, as soon as I finished the immigration, I went all the way. I was so in a rush, I went to the toilet, and then I went directly to the conveyor belt to get my luggage. Yeah, I was waiting for my luggage, and I realized that I was like trying to look for my wallet, and suddenly I felt like it's not there anymore. So I was so scared, because like, can you imagine if I lost my wallet there? I don't know, I probably won't be able to go back to Singapore that easily, at least. So I rushed back to the toilet, and then just like 10 meters from where I started running, I bumped into this immigration guy again. The guy who actually stamped my passport was just smiling at me. I was just like, why are you smiling at me? But then he started like shaking. He was holding something, and I was like, hey, it looks familiar, that thing. And it was actually my wallet. And I was like, hey, that's mine. I was just like that. It's like, smiled at me back. And I was just like, take care. It's like, of course. And then I just ran back to the conveyor belt, right? Because my luggage is still rotating there. I started recognizing a luggage that looks familiar to me. I was just like, is that my luggage? But then one side of the luggage is really like bent. So it's like, no, that's not my luggage. I was in a state of denial completely. So I just watched the luggage like pass by me and started rotating again to the whole conveyor belt. But after like 5 or 10 minutes or so, the same luggage approached me again. I was just like, oh my god, that's my luggage. So I had no more time to deny, right? Just to pick it up. I just like ignore people because like my luggage is so fucked up. I checked the structural integrity of it and everything seems fine. So I started walking down the airport all the way to the train, and then I took the train all the way to the Munich Central, which is the main train station in Munich. And for the first time in my life, oh my god, I felt like I'm the only Asian in the train. I reached the Munich Central Hauptbahnhof. That's what they call for a train station. I dragged my luggage, still it's like, and then eventually I figured out that one of the wheels of my luggage is also super damaged. So my luggage was just like leaning over to one side, but then I just kept on walking, like find the train to Salzburg. eventually, after like I finally reached Salzburg in Austria. So I walked outside, dragging along my luggage with me. Everything's so different, right? A different architecture. I'm in Europe. Yeah, so that evening, I joined my friends Martin and Sean in a dinner. We had a dinner in the oldest restaurant in Europe, in Salzburg. Yeah, second day in Europe, from my hotel, I opened my window, and the first thing I saw was this beautiful river. Now finally I can see Salzburg from my window. It's such a beautiful city. I started to carry out my mission, right? The Ultradistance in Europe. So in the morning I run from my hotel all the way down to this beautiful palace. I managed to run like around 10 kilometers, and I was just so happy, right? And it's just like it's so beautiful. Salzburg feels just like a place in a fairy tale that is real, that is right before my eyes. That was like the impression that I'm getting, and I was just happy, just like running in the cold, ecstatic, just speechless. And then when I arrived at the palace there, I ran in the gardens, and it's just beautiful, non-stop. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So later in that afternoon, I took a taxi all the way to a hotel called Sheraton, which is located around 20 kilometers from the city of Salzburg. And then for the first time, I paid the most expensive taxi that I ever had in my life for that distance. So when I arrived there, and I get to see my friends' friends, the guests. So of course we took a bus all the way up to this, I don't know how to say it, but basically it's like a restaurant, but then it's located on top of a mountain, and from there is you have the vantage point. You can see a beautiful lake. It's beautiful, and it was cold there as well. So there they had a welcome party program intended to let the people mingle with each other, and yeah, it was a beautiful evening.
Sehr, sehr froh, dass
tried to persuade me better to be gay. But thank God I stood my ground there, 'cause with Martin at my side, I would always lose the battle. All the guys faint by his side.
And yeah, I was hammered, of course. I think everyone was hammered there. And I ended up crashing at my new friend's room Saturday. What I did is just like I wanted to do some hiking, but then there was no more time. Yeah. So what I did is that I just went to walk around the old city of Salzburg, and I woke up there. It's beautiful. So finally, later in that afternoon, we went to the wedding venue, which is at the what is it, near the lake Fuschel. There's a castle, like a palace there called Schloss Fuschel, which is like, I don't know, it's like a palace, right? So having learned my lesson the day before, I didn't take a taxi from the city. I took instead a bus from Salzburg, and I met a girl there, and we started having conversation because she's also heading towards not exactly to Fuschel, but to the same direction. So we having conversation in the bus. I managed to like tell her like just how excited I was and how thrilled I was that I'm in Europe for the very first time, and I'm so impressed with her city. And yeah, we exchanged numbers, still in contact, still messaging and sharing images. I was so overjoyed and mind blown with the hills in Austria. It's beautiful there. You know, the houses there is like so far apart in some places, but you know, I'm so into hills and mountains and lakes, right? All this nature stuff. So I was really super impressed. But then, because I was so overjoyed, I missed my bus stop. And what I did is just like, so there, I lighted. It was already in the lake. I kind of recognized where I should go. I saw this sign there. It says like the times, the bus times, the arrival times of the bus going back to the hotel where I should be. But then I waited for a good 30 minutes, right? But then, oh my god, after 30 minutes of waiting there, like an old lost migrant or something like that, the bus did not arrive, right? So I was just thinking, I was so pissed about myself because I was trying to catch the wedding. The wedding was already, like, I was like 20 minutes left before they started the ceremony. I don't want to miss it. I flew all the way from Asia to miss a wedding? I can't afford it. So what I did, I just like started walking in the middle of nowhere by the road, wearing half formal attire. Then I saw like a lot of cyclists zooming past me, and even though the place is beautiful, like I was just thinking like, has anyone ever like walked by here wearing formals in the middle of this alpine jungle? I was just there walking cute, right? And I thought it was very near, and I actually walked like around almost 4 kilometers. Can you believe that? Yeah, until I finally reached the hotel. And as soon as I reached the venue, everyone was just looking at their back. They're just like, of course, when I approached the venue, like, I saw a lot of church. I saw the people there. I was like, are they waiting for me there, or because I felt like I was already late. And then, of course, when I arrived there, I tried to look for my seat, and I just looked for one behind. So I found one, and as soon as I had my seat there, I was like happily sitting down there, like nothing happened. Then the ceremony started. My two friends, Martin and Sean, started walking down the aisle from the hotel, and everyone was impressed, and so course, we were so happy that they're getting married. Yeah. And I was just, the wedding was amazing there. The speech of Martin's father really touched me. I was just behind. It was a good stuff that I was behind because I was getting emotional, especially there was this one point in the wedding where they were playing the music Canon in D major by Pachelbel, and really I feel that music. So I was just there trying to hold up my tears. Actually, I was a little bit teary-eyed, but there it was so beautiful. And after the wedding, of course, we had a party, right? Crazy party, just right at the Sheraton Hotel, and yeah, it was good fun. We were singing and dancing and dancing. I enjoyed it. Everybody enjoyed it there. I enjoyed the people there. They're all lovely. They're all fine. It's amazing. I enjoyed it. I stayed over at my new friend's room, Joanne, at the Sheraton Hotel. And I didn't have to go back to my hotel in the city, which is so damn far away. So there in the morning, we went to the location where the wedding occurred and walked around, see the view, and tried to remember what happened the night before, right?
Castle, recovering from what?
Alcohol abuse.
Recovering from
We abuse our bodies with alcohol.
How do you feel?
I feel brilliant.
Oh, I am jealous. We're jealous.
Yeah, from there, after the wedding, of course, it's the time my friends, the newlyweds, and some of our friends, they're headed all the way towards Italy, and we would reunite the next weekend in Munich for the Oktoberfest. And that signals, actually, after the wedding, that's the beginning of the continuation of my Ultradistance in Europe side quest.
Frau rief man, wo bleibst du bloß? Dali, Dali, geht gleich los. Sie fragte, war was? Nein, was soll schon sein? Was soll schon sein? Ich war noch niemals in New York, ich war noch niemals auf Hawaii. Ging mir durch San Francisco in zerrissenen Jeans. Ich war noch niemals in New York, ich war noch niemals richtig frei. Einmal wird es sein und dann alles fängen fliehen. Ich war noch niemals in New York, ich war noch niemals auf Hawaii. Ging mir durch San Francisco in zerrissenen Jeans. Ich war noch niemals in New York, ich war noch niemals richtig frei. Einmal wird sein und das alles fängen fliehen. Na 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 na.